The invisible ocean. Right now, at this very moment, something extraordinary is happening to you. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Feel the stillness around you. In the silence of your breath, trillions upon trillions of particles are passing through your body. They move through your skin, through your bones, through the chambers of your heart, and they leave no trace. Not a single mark, not a whisper of evidence. You cannot feel them. No instrument in your home can detect them. Yet they are there, more abundant than the atoms that make up your flesh, more numerous than the cells that give you life. These are dark matter particles, and you are swimming in an invisible ocean of them right now. This is not science fiction. This is not speculation or poetic imagination. This is the quiet reality of our universe, a reality that science has confirmed through decades of careful observation and mathematical precision. The universe you see around you, the light streaming through your window, the colors of the world, the stars that appear at night. This visible universe is merely the smallest fraction of what actually exists. Everything you have ever perceived with your eyes, everything you have ever touched with your hands, everything that has ever mattered to you in a physical sense comprises only about 5% of the universe's total mass and energy. The remaining 95% is composed of things we cannot see, cannot touch, and can barely comprehend. Among this vast invisible cosmos, dark matter represents the dominant form of matter itself. It is more abundant than all the atoms of hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and iron combined. It is more plentiful than all the stars, planets, and galaxies that light up the night sky. And it flows through you constantly, perpetually, in an endless stream that has been passing through your body since before you were born and will continue long after you are gone. This is the paradox at the heart of our exploration tonight. Something so overwhelmingly abundant is utterly, completely, and absolutely undetectable by any direct means. Before we begin this journey into the invisible universe within and around you, I want to invite you into a moment of genuine connection. Subscribe to the Relaxing Science channel. Your subscription helps us continue creating content that brings both wonder and calm into your life. Give this video a like if you feel the curiosity stirring within you. And below in the comments, share your location and the time where you are right now. Tell us, where are you listening from? Are you preparing for sleep? Are you seeking a moment of peace in the middle of your day? Your presence here, in this moment, matters. This entire experience we are about to share together is a single, continuous journey. We are not moving through separate episodes or disconnected segments. Instead, we are traveling together through layers of understanding, each one deepening our relationship with the invisible universe. We will move from the discovery of dark matter's existence to the poetic reality of how it permeates every space you occupy. We will explore the methods scientists use to hunt for these elusive particles and contemplate what it means to be fundamentally permeable to cosmic forces beyond our perception. The discovery of dark matter was not a sudden revelation. It was not a moment when a scientist looked through a telescope and saw something extraordinary. Rather, it emerged gradually, like a shape forming in fog, as astronomers noticed that something was wrong with their equations. The universe was not behaving as it should. Galaxies were spinning too fast. Clusters of galaxies were moving in patterns that defied explanation. The visible matter, the stars and gas and dust that we could observe, simply did not contain enough mass to account for the gravitational forces that held these cosmic structures together. There was an invisible hand, a hidden presence, that was shaping the universe in ways we could not directly observe. This realization changed everything. It meant that our understanding of reality was fundamentally incomplete. We were like people looking at an iceberg, seeing only the tip above the waterline and wondering why it moved the way it did, unaware of the vast mass beneath the surface. The universe had been hiding its true nature from us all along, not through deception, but through the simple fact that most of it exists beyond the reach of light, beyond the scope of our instruments, beyond the boundaries of human perception. Tonight, we invite you to sit with this mystery, to feel the presence of the invisible, to understand that you are not separate from the cosmos but intimately woven into its fabric. The dark matter that flows through you right now is ancient. It has been traveling through space since the earliest moments of the universe. It has passed through countless worlds, through the hearts of distant suns, through the depths of nebulae, and the vast emptiness between galaxies. And now it passes through you, connecting you to the infinite, making you part of something far greater than yourself. As we move forward in this exploration, remember this foundational truth. Abundance and invisibility are not contradictions. They are the normal state of reality. What we see is exceptional. What we cannot see is the rule. The darkness is not empty, it is full. It is teeming with presence and purpose, even though that purpose remains forever beyond our direct comprehension. Let this knowledge settle into you as we continue our journey deeper into the invisible ocean that surrounds and penetrates every aspect of your existence. What science cannot see, the story of dark matter's discovery, is a story of absence. It is a tale of scientists noticing what was not there, of measuring what could not be measured, of proving the existence of something by proving the impossibility of its non-existence. This reversal of logic, this backwards approach to understanding reality, reveals something profound about the nature of science itself. Science is not always about seeing. Sometimes science is about recognizing the patterns left behind by things that refuse to be seen. In the early 20th century, astronomers began compiling careful observations of galaxies. They measured how fast these galaxies rotated. They observed how stars at the outer edges of galactic disks moved through space. According to the laws of physics that governed planetary motion and orbital mechanics, these outer stars should have been moving much more slowly than they actually were. The gravitational pull from the visible matter at the center of each galaxy should have been too weak to hold these distant stars in orbit at such high velocities. Yet there they were, moving faster than physics predicted they should, held in place by forces that appeared to come from nowhere. This discrepancy was subtle at first. Astronomers wondered if their measurements were slightly off. Perhaps there were errors in their observations or misunderstandings in their calculations. But as more data accumulated, as telescopes became more sophisticated and measurements more precise, the pattern became undeniable. Galaxies were behaving as if they contained far more mass than the visible stars and gas could account for. The missing mass was approximately 10 times greater than the visible mass. 10 times. Not a small error or minor correction, but a fundamental revelation that most of the universe's matter was completely invisible. The response from the scientific community was skeptical. How could something be more abundant than everything we could see and yet remain completely undetected? Some scientists proposed alternative explanations. Perhaps the laws of gravity worked differently on galactic scales. Perhaps there was something wrong with our understanding of how gravity operated across vast cosmic distances. These alternative theories persisted for decades, each one carefully tested and compared against observations. But as astronomical data became more detailed and comprehensive, the conclusion became unavoidable. The universe contained vast quantities of matter that did not emit light, did not absorb light, and did not interact with light in any way. This invisible matter was named dark matter, a term that captures the essential mystery. It is dark not because it is black or shadowy, but because it is completely invisible to every wavelength of electromagnetic radiation. It does not shine in visible light, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, or radio waves. It exists in a realm completely separate from the electromagnetic spectrum that allows us to perceive almost everything we know about the universe. It is dark in the most literal sense. It produces no light and reflects no light. It simply is not part of the visual universe at all. The evidence for dark matter became overwhelming through multiple independent lines of observation. Gravitational lensing provided stunning confirmation. When light from distant galaxies passes near massive objects, the gravity of those objects bends the light, creating a lensing effect similar to how a glass lens bends light. By carefully studying these gravitational lenses, astronomers could map the distribution of mass in the universe, and the maps revealed the presence of dark matter clearly. The visible matter accounted for only a small portion of the gravitational effects observed. Invisible matter, distributed throughout space, was responsible for the majority of gravitational influence. Further confirmation came from the study of galaxy clusters. These are vast assemblies of hundreds or thousands of galaxies, held together by mutual gravitational attraction. By measuring the velocities of galaxies within these clusters and calculating the total mass required to hold them together, astronomers found the same pattern repeatedly. The visible galaxies were moving too quickly to be bound by the gravity of the visible matter alone. A halo of dark matter, surrounding and penetrating each cluster, provided the additional gravitational force necessary to keep the system intact. Perhaps most compellingly, observations of the cosmic microwave background radiation provided independent evidence for dark matter's existence. This ancient light, released when the universe was only 380,000 years old, carries within its pattern information about the composition of the early universe. By analyzing the small temperature fluctuations in this radiation, cosmologists could determine how much of the universe's mass was composed of ordinary matter and how much was composed of dark matter. The results confirmed what galaxy observations had suggested: dark matter far outnumbers ordinary matter. What science cannot see, it can nonetheless measure through its gravitational effects. This is the profound insight that allows us to know dark matter exists despite being unable to observe it directly. Gravity acts as a messenger, revealing the presence of invisible matter. The universe speaks to us through gravitational signals, telling us about the vast quantities of material that exist beyond the reach of light. Scientists became adept at reading these signals, at interpreting the subtle movements and distortions that betrayed the presence of dark matter. The more we learned about dark matter through indirect methods, the more mysterious it became. What was this substance? What were its fundamental properties? Was it composed of particles we had never detected before? Did it have mass? How did it interact with ordinary matter? These questions drove physicists to develop new theories and conduct increasingly sophisticated experiments. The hunt for dark matter became one of the most important quests in modern science, a search for the missing pieces of reality that would complete our understanding of the universe. This inability to see dark matter directly, combined with the certainty of its existence, creates a unique psychological space. We know something is real that we cannot perceive. We know it is abundant beyond measure, yet it remains forever invisible. This is the foundation upon which our entire exploration rests. We are about to journey into a realm that transcends ordinary perception, a realm that exists all around us and within us, utterly present, yet completely hidden from our senses. The ghost particles within. Consider this carefully. At this very moment, approximately 1 million dark matter particles are passing through your body every single second. Not through the air around you, but through your actual physical form. Through your skin, through your muscles, through your organs, through the very cells that comprise your consciousness. This is not metaphor or poetic exaggeration. This is a direct calculation based on what we know about dark matter's density and distribution in our region of space. The Milky Way galaxy, which is our home in the cosmos, is surrounded and permeated by a vast halo of dark matter. This halo extends far beyond the visible disk of stars and gas that we recognize as the galaxy's structure. Our solar system exists within this halo, bathed constantly in a stream of dark matter particles flowing through space. As Earth orbits the Sun, and as you stand on Earth's surface, you are continuously moving through this cosmic sea of invisible particles. These particles are not large. They are not clusters or clouds or visible structures. They are individual particles, each one fundamental to the universe's structure. Physicists believe dark matter is composed of particles that have mass, but interact only through gravity and possibly through the weak nuclear force. They pass through ordinary matter almost entirely unimpeded. Imagine a river flowing through a sieve. The water passes through the holes without encountering the solid parts of the sieve at all. Now imagine that you are the sieve and dark matter is the river. The particles flow through the spaces between your atoms without touching them, without interacting with them in any way that would produce a detectable signal. The human body is mostly empty space. If you were to remove all the empty space from the atoms that compose your body, compressing everything down to just the dense nuclei and electron clouds, your entire body would be compressed to a size smaller than a grain of sand. The rest of you is emptiness, vast distances between atomic nuclei, space through which particles can move freely. This emptiness is not truly empty, of course. It is filled with electromagnetic fields, quantum fluctuations, and now we understand, with a constant stream of dark matter particles. This realization creates a profound shift in how we understand our own existence. We are not solid objects moving through empty space. We are permeable structures, full of space and emptiness, through which the universe constantly flows. The dark matter that passes through you is not an intrusion or an invasion. It is simply the normal state of things. You are not being violated by this cosmic radiation. You are participating in it. You are part of the cosmic flow, a temporary arrangement of ordinary matter that allows dark matter to pass through without resistance. The particles themselves remain completely mysterious in their fundamental nature. Scientists have proposed several candidates for what dark matter particles might be. Some theories suggest they are WIMPs, or weakly interacting massive particles, which would be much heavier than ordinary particles, but interact only through gravity and possibly weak nuclear forces. Other theories propose axions, which are extraordinarily light particles that would need to exist in enormous quantities to account for dark matter's gravitational effects. Still, other theories suggest sterile neutrinos or other exotic particles that exist outside the standard model of particle physics. What all these theories share is a common feature. The particles pass through ordinary matter almost completely unimpeded. They do not collide with atoms in the traditional sense. They do not slow down as they move through dense material. They do not lose energy through friction or electromagnetic interaction. They simply pass through, like ghosts moving through walls, present but untouchable, real but imperceptible. Every person on Earth is experiencing this cosmic penetration continuously. Athletes and philosophers, children and elders, the sleeping and the awake, all are equally permeable to dark matter's constant flow. When you were born, dark matter particles passed through your forming body. As you grew, they continued to pass through. Throughout your life, moment after moment, they have moved through you without your awareness or acknowledgement. When you sleep, they pass through you. When you wake, they are still there. They are with you in moments of joy and moments of sorrow. They are indifferent to your consciousness, unaware of your existence, simply following the paths of space and time through the universe. This creates a peculiar form of intimacy. You are constantly in contact with something vast and fundamental, yet you remain completely unaware of its presence. The dark matter that passes through you right now has been traveling through the universe for billions of years. It has passed through countless worlds. It has been part of the gravitational architecture that shaped galaxies and clusters of galaxies. And now it is passing through you, making you a temporary waypoint in its eternal journey through the cosmos. The number is staggering when you truly contemplate it: 1 million particles per second. In an hour, that is 3.6 billion particles. In a day, 86 billion particles. In a year, approximately 31 trillion particles. Over your entire lifetime, trillions upon trillions of dark matter particles will have passed through your body. Yet you will detect none of them. You will feel none of them. They will leave no mark, no trace, no evidence of their passage. This is the ghost particle experience. These are particles so fundamental to the universe's structure that they shape the very fabric of reality, yet they remain completely hidden from direct perception. They are the ultimate invisible presences, the cosmic spirits that animate the structure of the universe while remaining forever beyond the reach of our senses. And you are not separate from this flow. You are part of it. You are one of the many structures through which this eternal cosmic river flows. Light is the illusion. Everything you have ever seen, every visual experience you have ever had, every moment of perceiving color and form and light, all of this is based on a profound misunderstanding of reality. The visible universe, the universe of light and color and electromagnetic radiation, is not the fundamental reality. It is an exception. It is the anomaly. It is the thin, bright surface of a much deeper and darker truth. Light is rare in the universe. This statement seems absurd when you consider how bright the stars are, how illuminated our night sky appears, how obvious light seems to be as a fundamental feature of existence. But consider the vast majority of space. Between the stars, lies emptiness so profound that the density of matter is almost incomprehensibly low. Light from distant stars must travel through this near vacuum for years, decades, centuries or more before reaching us. And the light we see from any given star has traveled for years already before arriving at Earth. What we see when we look at the night sky is ancient light, the ghost of distant stars as they were in the past. More importantly, light is produced only by a tiny fraction of the universe's matter. Stars produce light through nuclear fusion at their cores. Some galaxies are active, powered by supermassive black holes at their centers, and these produce intense radiation. But the vast majority of matter in the universe does not produce any light at all. It exists in darkness, shaping the universe through gravity, forming the structures that allow stars and galaxies to exist, yet remaining completely invisible. The 5% of the universe composed of ordinary matter includes not just the visible stars and galaxies, but also vast quantities of cold, dark gas and dust that produce no light. There are planets that orbit distant stars, worlds that exist in complete darkness, never illuminated by their host stars in any way that would allow us to see them directly. There are brown dwarfs, stellar remnants, and cold clouds of material scattered throughout space. Most of this ordinary matter is dark, not because it is black, but because it simply does not produce or reflect light. It exists in the darkness, unobserved and largely unobservable. And beneath this dark layer of ordinary matter lies the true foundation of the universe, the dark matter that comprises 85% of all matter. This is not merely dark. This is beyond darkness. This is a realm that light cannot illuminate, that electromagnetic radiation cannot penetrate, that our entire tradition of observational astronomy cannot reach. When we point our telescopes at the sky, no matter how powerful those telescopes are, we are seeing only the thin, visible surface of reality. We are like creatures living on the surface of an ocean, perceiving only the waves and ripples on the water's surface, completely unaware of the vast depths beneath. This realization fundamentally transforms our understanding of the universe's structure. Galaxies are not islands of light, floating in empty darkness. Galaxies are concentrations of both ordinary matter and dark matter, surrounded by vast halos of dark matter that extend far beyond the visible stars. The visible galaxies are the bright accents on a cosmic canvas that is predominantly dark. The light is the decoration. The darkness is the foundation. Consider the implications for how you understand your own place in the universe. You are made of ordinary matter, the exception rather than the rule. You are composed of atoms that contain electrons that can absorb and emit light. You can see because light interacts with your eyes. You can perceive colors because light of different wavelengths interacts with the cells in your retinas. Your entire visual experience is based on your ability to interact with electromagnetic radiation. This ability is extraordinary from a cosmic perspective. Most of the universe cannot see. Most of the universe cannot be seen. Most of the universe exists in absolute darkness. Yet you are not separate from this darkness. You are immersed in it. The dark matter that comprises most of the universe's matter is passing through you right now. You are surrounded by it. You are permeated by it. The stars you can see at night, the galaxies you can observe through telescopes, the entire visible universe. All of this exists as a thin, bright layer floating within an incomprehensibly vast sea of invisible matter and energy. The light you perceive is ancient. The farthest galaxies we can see with our most powerful telescopes are so distant that their light has been traveling toward us for more than 13 billion years. We are seeing those galaxies as they were in the ancient past, when the universe was young. The light from those galaxies has been traveling through space filled with dark matter the entire journey. It has passed through the dark matter halos of countless galaxies. It has navigated the cosmic web of dark matter that connects all structures in the universe. And finally it has reached us, carrying information about a distant past. This ancient light is precious precisely because it is rare. In the vast emptiness of space, light is a luxury. It requires stars, and stars require the right conditions to form. They require sufficient densities of ordinary matter, held together by gravity, reaching temperatures and pressures sufficient to initiate nuclear fusion. These conditions are rare. Most of the universe never produces light at all. Most of the universe simply is in darkness without witness, without illumination, without the ability to be perceived by any organism that relies on light for vision. When you look at the night sky and feel small beneath the stars, remember that you are not looking at the universe. You are looking at a tiny, visible fraction of the universe. The real universe, the vast majority of it, surrounds you invisibly. It is all around you and within you. It holds the galaxies in place. It shapes the structure of cosmic space, and it remains forever beyond the reach of light, beyond the scope of vision, beyond the boundaries of ordinary perception. Light is not the truth of the universe. Light is an exception. Light is a rare and precious phenomenon that allows certain parts of the universe to see themselves. But the universe itself, the fundamental reality, exists in darkness, and that darkness is not empty. It is full of presence, full of purpose, full of the gravitational structures that make the visible universe possible. The silent collision. Imagine a detector buried deep beneath the Earth's surface. Not just deep, but profoundly deep, more than a mile below the surface, protected by thousands of feet of rock and soil from the cosmic rays and radiation that constantly bombard the atmosphere above. In this underground laboratory, scientists have constructed instruments of extraordinary sensitivity, devices capable of detecting the tiniest interactions between particles and ordinary matter. These instruments wait in the darkness, patient and alert, listening for something that may never come. The hunt for dark matter particles represents one of the most painstaking searches in the history of science. Physicists have constructed massive detectors filled with exotic materials, liquid xenon, germanium crystals, superfluid helium, all cooled to temperatures approaching absolute zero to reduce background noise and thermal interference. These detectors are designed to capture the incredibly rare event of a dark matter particle colliding with an ordinary nucleus. We say rare, but that is almost a comical understatement. The probability is so extraordinarily small that physicists have conducted these experiments for decades without detecting a single confirmed dark matter particle. The reason for this extreme difficulty lies in the fundamental nature of dark matter. These particles interact so weakly with ordinary matter that a dark matter particle passing through the Earth is far more likely to pass through without any interaction than to collide with anything at all. If we imagine the Earth as a vast, mostly empty space, which it is in the quantum sense, then dark matter particles are like bullets fired at a target the size of a mountain, where the target consists mostly of empty space. Most bullets pass right through. A collision is extraordinarily unlikely. Yet physicists continue their search. They have built increasingly sensitive detectors. They have refined their methods of detecting the faint signal that a dark matter collision would produce. They have eliminated sources of background radiation that might create false signals. They have developed statistical methods to distinguish genuine dark matter events from other forms of particle interactions. The search continues, motivated by the knowledge that dark matter comprises 85% of the universe's matter. Surely physicists reason, somewhere, sometime, one of these particles must interact with one of their detectors. The underground laboratories where this search takes place are remarkable environments. They are often located in abandoned mines or specially constructed caverns, chosen specifically for their depth and isolation. The depth is crucial because cosmic rays from space constantly bombard Earth's atmosphere, creating showers of secondary particles that can interfere with dark matter detection. By going deep underground, scientists reduce this cosmic ray interference to manageable levels. The silence of these deep places is profound. There is no wind, no sunlight, no external disturbances. There is only the careful work of science, the patient listening for a signal that may never come. The detectors themselves are masterpieces of engineering. A dark matter particle collision would produce a recoil in an atomic nucleus, a tiny movement that the detector must measure and record. The energy involved would be incredibly small, far less than the energy of a single photon of visible light. The signal would be a whisper in the darkness, barely distinguishable from background noise. Yet the detectors are sensitive enough to detect this whisper. They are waiting, always waiting, for that one moment, when a dark matter particle finally collides with an ordinary nucleus in a way that produces a measurable signal. The emotional weight of this search is significant. Scientists have dedicated their careers to this quest. They have secured funding, built instruments, analyzed data, and continued searching despite decades of null results. This is not a search that produces immediate gratification. It is not a quest that yields clear answers or obvious progress. Instead, it is a slow, methodical process of elimination and refinement. Each null result provides information. Each year of searching without detection narrows the range of possible dark matter particle properties. The search continues, not because success is imminent, but because the alternative, giving up the search and accepting that the majority of the universe's matter may forever remain undetected, is unacceptable to the scientific spirit. I'd like to know, where are you listening from, and what time is it there? This question serves a purpose beyond simple curiosity. It reminds us that you are a particular being in a particular place at a particular time, listening to this story about an invisible universe. You are part of the same cosmic structure that scientists are studying. The dark matter passing through those underground detectors is also passing through you. The same particles that have eluded detection for decades are flowing through your body right now. You are part of the search, in a way, an unwitting participant in the cosmic drama of dark matter's hidden presence. The collision that scientists seek is not merely a physical event. It is a moment of contact between the visible and invisible universes. It is an opportunity for the hidden majority of reality to reveal itself, even if only for an instant, even if only through the tiniest signal in the darkness. Each detector waits for this moment with the patience of eternity, and each of us, whether we know it or not, is also waiting. We are waiting for the universe to reveal its secrets. We are waiting for the darkness to speak. We are waiting in the silence for the collision that will change everything. Your body as a cosmic sieve. There is a beautiful truth hidden within your physical form, a truth that transforms how you understand your relationship to the universe. Your body is not solid. It is not a barrier or a wall that keeps the universe out. Your body is a sieve, a permeable structure through which the cosmos flows freely. This is not a metaphor. This is a literal description of your physical nature at the quantum level. When physicists speak of atoms, they often use the planetary model, electrons orbiting a nucleus like planets around the sun. This model is useful for understanding chemistry, but it is misleading about the actual nature of atomic structure. In reality, atoms are mostly empty space. The nucleus occupies an infinitesimal fraction of the atom's volume. The electrons do not orbit in neat, defined paths but exist in probability clouds, regions where they are likely to be found. Between the nucleus and these electron clouds lies vast emptiness, space that is not truly empty, but filled with quantum fields and possibilities. Your entire body is composed of atoms, and therefore your entire body is mostly empty space. If you were to remove the empty space from all the atoms in your body, compressing just the dense nuclei and the actual matter they contain, you would be compressed to an incredibly small size. You would be dense beyond imagination, a speck of matter the size of a grain of sand, but containing all the mass of your entire body. This is the true nature of matter at its most fundamental level. Solidity is an illusion created by electromagnetic forces that keep atoms from passing through each other. At the quantum level, matter is mostly nothing. This emptiness is not passive. It is not simply blank space with nothing happening. Quantum fields permeate all of space, including the space within your body. These fields are constantly fluctuating, creating and annihilating virtual particles in what physicists call quantum foam. The vacuum of space is not empty. That is seething with activity at scales too small to observe directly. And through this quantum foam, through the spaces between atoms in your body, dark matter particles flow continuously. Your body is permeable to dark matter in a way that is almost complete. The particles do not stop when they encounter your skin. They do not slow down when moving through your organs or tissues. They pass through you as if you were not there, following paths that are completely indifferent to your physical presence. In a sense, you are transparent to dark matter. you are not a barrier or an obstacle. You are simply another part of the cosmic landscape through which these particles travel. This permeability creates a profound sense of connection to the universe. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are not isolated within your body, cut off from the rest of reality by your physical form. Instead, you are a temporary arrangement of matter within a vast cosmic flow. The dark matter that passes through you is not foreign or alien. It is simply the natural state of the universe, expressing itself through your body as a transparent medium. Consider what this means for your sense of self. You have a body with defined boundaries. You can point to your skin and say, "This is where I end and the world begins." But this boundary is not absolute. At the quantum level, your body is permeable. At the level of dark matter, your body offers no resistance. The distinction between self and world is not as clear as it seems at ordinary scales of perception. You are both a distinct individual and a permeable part of the cosmic whole. This is not a new idea in human philosophy. Many contemplative traditions have spoken of the permeability of the self, the dissolution of boundaries between individual and cosmos. What science now reveals is that this permeability is not merely spiritual or metaphorical. It is physical. It is literal. It is the actual structure of reality. Your body is a sieve through which the universe passes. The dark matter flowing through you is not an abstraction. It is a real, physical phenomenon, as real as anything else in the universe. The implications are calming in a profound way. There is no need to fear what flows through you. There is no need to resist or to try to keep the universe out. You are designed, at the deepest levels, to be permeable. You are constructed to allow the cosmos to flow through you. Your permeability is not a flaw or a weakness. It is a feature. It is the way the universe has arranged itself to include you as a participant in its vast continuous movement. When you feel anxious or threatened by the immensity of the universe, remember that you are not separate from it. You are not standing outside looking in. You are part of the flow. The dark matter that permeates all of space is also permeating you. The forces that hold galaxies together are the same forces that hold your body together. The particles that comprise the vast majority of the universe's matter are passing through you right now, making you a temporary waypoint in their eternal journey. This understanding can bring a deep sense of peace. You are not alone in the universe. You are not isolated. You are continuously connected to everything else through the dark matter that flows through all of space. You are a sieve, yes, but you are a sieve that participates in the cosmic flow. You are transparent to the universe, and the universe flows through you, carrying within itself the structure and order that makes all existence possible. The mathematics of absence. Science possesses a remarkable tool for understanding what cannot be seen: mathematics. Through mathematical equations and logical reasoning, scientists can measure and describe phenomena that exist entirely beyond direct perception. The story of dark matter is fundamentally a story of mathematics, of how invisible forces can be calculated and quantified through their effects on visible matter. This is the poetry of science, where absence becomes presence through the language of numbers and equations. The first and most fundamental equation that revealed dark matter's existence was the balance equation of galaxy rotation. When astronomers measured the velocities of stars at various distances from the center of a galaxy, they could calculate how much mass must be present at the center to produce the gravitational force necessary to keep those stars in orbit. The equation was straightforward, based on Newton's laws of motion and gravitation. Yet when they applied this equation to observations of real galaxies, something was profoundly wrong. The outer stars of galaxies were moving too quickly. According to the calculations, they should have been moving much more slowly, or they should have escaped the galaxy's gravitational influence entirely. The only explanation was that there must be more mass present than could be accounted for by the visible stars and gas. Invisible mass, distributed throughout the galaxy and extending far beyond the visible disk, must be providing the additional gravitational force. The mathematics could measure this invisible mass, even though the mass itself could not be seen. This is the elegance of gravitational measurement. Gravity acts on all matter, whether that matter is visible or invisible. When you measure the gravitational effects on visible objects, you can calculate the total mass responsible for those effects. If the visible mass is insufficient to explain the gravitational effects observed, then invisible mass must be present. The mathematics becomes a detective, using the clues left by gravitational interactions to reveal the presence of hidden things. The equations of general relativity, developed by Einstein over a century ago, provide the most precise mathematical framework for understanding gravity and the distribution of mass in space. These equations describe how matter and energy curve the fabric of space-time, and how this curvature determines the motion of objects moving through space. By applying these equations to observations of galaxies, clusters of galaxies, and the large-scale structure of the universe, cosmologists can create detailed maps of where mass is distributed, including the invisible dark matter. Gravitational lensing provides perhaps the most visually compelling evidence for dark matter's existence, and it is fundamentally a mathematical phenomenon. When light from a distant galaxy travels toward Earth, it passes through regions of space containing massive objects. The gravity of these objects bends the light's path, just as a glass lens bends light. By carefully measuring how the light is bent, by analyzing the distortions in the images of distant galaxies, mathematicians can calculate the mass distribution that caused the bending. These calculations consistently reveal the presence of far more mass than visible matter can account for. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the ancient light from the early universe, provides another window into the universe's composition. This radiation carries within its pattern information encoded by the universe's structure at a very early age. By analyzing the small temperature fluctuations in this radiation using sophisticated mathematical techniques, cosmologists can determine what fraction of the universe's matter is ordinary matter and what fraction is dark matter. These calculations, based on the mathematics of how sound waves propagate through the early universe, confirm that dark matter comprises approximately 85% of all matter. The calculations involve quantum mechanics, general relativity, and statistical analysis. They require supercomputers to process the vast amounts of observational data. They involve probability distributions, correlation functions, and Bayesian analysis. Yet despite the mathematical complexity, the conclusion remains clear and consistent. Dark matter exists, it is abundant, and it shapes the structure of the universe in fundamental ways. What is remarkable about this mathematical approach is that it proves the existence of something that cannot be directly observed. This is not unique to dark matter. Science has long used mathematical inference to establish the reality of unobservable phenomena. We cannot see individual atoms directly, yet we know they exist through mathematical analysis of how matter behaves. We cannot observe individual photons directly, yet we know they exist through mathematics describing electromagnetic radiation. We cannot see the quantum fields that underlie all particle physics, yet we know they exist because the mathematics that describes them perfectly explains all observed phenomena. Mathematics is a language that allows us to speak about the invisible. It is a system of symbols and operations that can represent relationships and patterns that exist in the physical world, but are not directly perceptible by human senses. Through mathematics, we can measure absence, we can quantify emptiness, we can prove the existence of things that will never be seen. The beauty of this approach lies in its objectivity. Mathematical truth is not dependent on belief or faith. The equations work regardless of whether we find the results comforting or disturbing. The universe's composition, the distribution of dark matter, the structure of space itself, all of these can be determined through mathematics and observation. The mathematics does not lie, it does not exaggerate or minimize, it simply reveals the pattern inherent in the universe's structure. When you contemplate the dark matter passing through your body, you are contemplating something that is known to exist through mathematics. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, you cannot measure it with any handheld instrument. Yet the mathematics of gravity, the mathematics of cosmic structure, the mathematics of how the universe has evolved since the Big Bang, all of these mathematical frameworks agree that dark matter is real and abundant. You are permeable to something that mathematics has proven to be true. even though your senses cannot perceive it directly. This is the triumph and the mystery of science. We can know things that are fundamentally beyond direct perception. We can prove the existence of the invisible through the language of mathematics. And in doing so, we reveal that the universe is far stranger and more wonderful than our senses alone could ever tell us. Galaxies held by darkness. The universe is not a random collection of stars scattered uniformly through space. Instead, it possesses structure. Galaxies cluster together. Clusters of galaxies form even larger structures. Filaments of galaxies extend across billions of light years, creating a cosmic web of astonishing complexity. This structure, this intricate architecture of the universe, is held together and shaped by dark matter. Without dark matter, the universe would not exist as we observe it. The galaxies would not have formed. The structure that we see would be impossible. When astronomers first began studying the distribution of galaxies throughout space, they discovered something unexpected. Galaxies are not evenly distributed. They are not arranged in a smooth, uniform pattern. Instead, they cluster together in groups and clusters. These clusters are separated by vast voids, regions of space containing relatively few galaxies. The overall pattern resembles a cosmic web, with galaxies concentrated in filaments and sheets, surrounding enormous bubbles of relatively empty space. The formation of this cosmic structure in the early universe depended critically on dark matter. In the first moments after the Big Bang, the universe was extremely hot and uniform. Tiny quantum fluctuations in the density of matter existed, but they were incredibly small. Over billions of years, gravity amplified these small fluctuations into the large-scale structures we observe today. But this process required sufficient mass to create the necessary gravitational forces. If the universe contained only ordinary matter, the gravitational effects would have been too weak to create the observed structure in the time available. Dark matter provides the additional gravitational mass necessary for structure formation. Dark matter clumped together in the early universe, creating gravitational wells that attracted ordinary matter. As ordinary matter accumulated in these gravitational wells, it heated up, eventually becoming hot enough to initiate nuclear fusion in the cores of the first stars. These stars clustered together into the first galaxies. The galaxies clustered together into the first galaxy clusters. And all of this structure was held together and shaped by the gravitational influence of dark matter. Today, every galaxy exists within a halo of dark matter. This halo is not a shell or a shell-like structure. It is a roughly spherical cloud of dark matter that surrounds the visible galaxy and extends far beyond it. The dark matter halo is much larger than the visible galaxy. If you could see dark matter, the halo surrounding a galaxy like the Milky Way would be invisible to the naked eye, but it would extend far beyond the visible stars, creating a vast sphere of invisible matter surrounding the bright central disk of the galaxy. The dark matter halo provides the gravitational force that holds the galaxy together. The stars in the outer regions of a galaxy are held in orbit by the gravity of the dark matter halo, not primarily by the gravity of the visible stars. The halo is essential for the galaxy's stability and structure. Without the dark matter halo, the galaxies would fly apart, the outer stars would escape into space, and the galaxy would dissolve into a diffuse cloud of isolated stars. On even larger scales, dark matter shapes the structure of galaxy clusters and the cosmic web itself. The most massive structures in the universe, the filaments of galaxies that extend across billions of light years, are held together by dark matter. These filaments are like the strands of a vast cosmic web, and dark matter provides the gravitational thread that holds them together. The voids between the filaments are regions where dark matter is relatively sparse, and therefore gravity is insufficient to hold galaxies together. These voids are largely empty, containing few galaxies, while the filaments are dense with galaxies and dark matter both. The relationship between dark matter and visible matter is not one of separation or distinction. They are intertwined. They have evolved together since the beginning of the universe. The dark matter provided the gravitational scaffolding that allowed ordinary matter to clump together and form stars and galaxies. The ordinary matter, heated by nuclear fusion in stars, has influenced the distribution of dark matter through its gravitational effects and through the feedback from supernova explosions that have shaped the structure of galaxies. When you look at a photograph of a distant galaxy, you are seeing only the visible matter, the stars and the luminous gas, but you are not seeing the true galaxy. The true galaxy is much larger and much more massive than what appears in the photograph. The visible galaxy is the bright core of a vast halo of dark matter. The dark matter outnumbers the visible matter by a factor of approximately 5 to 1. The dark matter is the true structure. The visible matter is the ornamentation. This realization changes how we understand our place in the universe. We live in the Milky Way galaxy within a vast halo of dark matter that extends far beyond the visible disk of stars. Our solar system exists within this halo. The Sun and Earth and all the planets are held in orbit by the gravity of this dark matter halo. We are not merely orbiting the visible stars at the center of the galaxy. We are moving through space within the gravitational field of the dark matter that surrounds and permeates our galaxy. The dark matter that holds galaxies together is the same dark matter that passes through your body. It is the same substance that shapes the large-scale structure of the universe. It is the same particles that have been flowing through space since the beginning of time. The connection between the cosmic scale and the personal scale is direct and unbroken. The gravitational architecture that holds galaxies together is the same gravitational field in which you exist. You are not separate from the cosmic structure. You are part of it. You are held in place by the same dark matter that holds galaxies together. The paradox of abundance. There exists a contradiction at the heart of our understanding of dark matter, a paradox that becomes more profound the longer you contemplate it. Dark matter is the most abundant form of matter in the universe. It comprises 85% of all matter. It is more common than atoms. It is more numerous than stars. It is more plentiful than all the galaxies combined. And yet, despite this overwhelming abundance, it remains absolutely, completely, and totally undetectable through any direct method available to us. This is the central paradox: extreme abundance combined with complete invisibility. How can something be so common and yet so impossible to observe? How can something so fundamental to the structure of the universe remain so utterly hidden from our perception? This paradox challenges our basic assumptions about what reality is and how we can know it. Consider an analogy. Imagine if the air you breathe comprised 85% of the air, but this majority component was completely invisible and undetectable. You could measure its effects. You could calculate its density. You could prove mathematically that it existed, but you could never see it, never directly detect it, never interact with it in any conventional way. This would seem absurd. Yet this is precisely the situation with dark matter in our universe. The paradox deepens when you consider what this means for human knowledge. We believe we understand the universe. We have developed sophisticated theories that explain how galaxies form, how stars are born, how the universe has evolved since the Big Bang. Yet all of these theories are based on the assumption that most of the universe's matter is something we cannot observe. Our understanding of the universe is built on a foundation of ignorance. We understand the 5% that is visible. The 95% that is dark remains essentially mysterious. This raises a profound question about the nature of scientific knowledge. Can we truly understand something if we cannot observe it? Can we truly know the universe if we cannot perceive most of what it contains? Science has traditionally relied on observation. The scientific method emphasizes empirical evidence, direct measurement, and repeatable experiments. Yet dark matter cannot be observed directly. It cannot be measured with conventional instruments. The only evidence for its existence is indirect, through its gravitational effects on visible matter. Some might argue that this represents a failure of science. Others might argue that it represents an evolution of science, an expansion of what it means to know something. When we cannot observe something directly, we develop methods to infer its existence from its effects. We use mathematics and logic to prove what our senses cannot reveal. This is not a weakness of science, but a strength. It is an acknowledgement that reality is more complex and subtle than direct perception alone can reveal. The paradox also has philosophical implications. It suggests that reality is fundamentally different from appearance. What appears to be the true universe, the stars and galaxies and light, is actually a thin, bright surface floating within a vast, invisible cosmos. This inversion of perspective, where the visible becomes the exception and the invisible becomes the rule, transforms how we understand existence itself. From this perspective, the universe is not primarily a place of light and visibility. It is primarily a place of darkness and hiddenness. Light is a rare phenomenon that emerges in certain places under certain conditions. Life, consciousness, and perception are even rarer phenomena that emerge only in very specific circumstances. The universe as a whole is dark, invisible, and indifferent to observation. The bright visible universe that we perceive is an anomaly, a temporary flowering of light and consciousness in an otherwise dark cosmos. This is not a pessimistic view, despite its emphasis on darkness. Rather, it is a realistic view. It acknowledges the true nature of the universe without the bias of human perception. When we remove the assumption that visibility equals reality, when we accept that most of the universe is invisible and unobservable, we gain a more accurate understanding of what actually is. The paradox of abundance and invisibility becomes less paradoxical when we accept that invisibility is the normal state of matter. Visibility is the exception. Dark matter is not exotic or unusual. It is ordinary. It is the standard form of matter in the universe. Ordinary matter, the atoms that compose you and everything you have ever seen, is what is truly unusual. You are made of the rarest form of matter in the universe. You are composed of the exception, the anomaly, the thin, bright surface of reality. This realization can be profoundly calming. If you find yourself troubled by the dominance of dark matter, by the fact that most of the universe is invisible and unobservable, remember that invisibility is not a flaw or a problem. It is the natural state of things. The universe does not need to be visible to be real. The universe does not need to be observable to exist. The universe simply is, mostly dark and invisible, and we are fortunate to exist as conscious beings capable of perceiving the thin, visible surface and inferring the existence of the vast, invisible depths. The paradox teaches us humility. It reminds us that our perception is limited. It demonstrates that reality is larger and stranger than our senses can reveal, and it invites us to accept the limits of human knowledge while continuing to explore and understand as much as we can. The paradox is not a problem to be solved, but a truth to be contemplated, a reminder of the profound mystery at the heart of existence. Silence as presence. There is a quality to silence that most people do not fully appreciate. Silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is presence. Silence is fullness. Silence is the space in which all other phenomena occur. In the depths of silence, there is more reality, more presence, more being than in any amount of noise or activity. This understanding applies directly to dark matter and our relationship to the invisible universe. Dark matter is silent. It produces no light. It emits no radiation. It creates no detectable signal that our instruments can measure directly. In this sense, dark matter is the ultimate silence, a presence so complete that it leaves no trace, no echo, no evidence of its passage. Yet this silence is not emptiness. Dark matter is not nothing. It is something. It is a vast, abundant presence that shapes the structure of the universe and flows through your body constantly. It is a silence that is full of presence. The experience of dark matter passing through you is fundamentally a silent experience. You do not hear it. You do not feel it. You do not see it. There is no sensory evidence of its passage. Yet, it is occurring. Right now, at this very moment, trillions of dark matter particles are moving through your body, and you remain completely unaware. This is the experience of cosmic silence, a vast presence making itself felt through complete absence of sensation. This can be deeply calming if you allow yourself to contemplate it. There is no need to do anything about the dark matter passing through you. There is no need to resist it or to try to protect yourself from it. It is not a threat. It is not an intrusion. It is simply the natural state of the universe expressing itself through your body. You can rest in this silence. You can find peace in the knowledge that something vast and fundamental is moving through you without requiring any action or response from you. The silence of dark matter also represents a kind of cosmic indifference. The dark matter does not care whether you exist or not. It does not care about your thoughts, your fears, your hopes, or your dreams. It flows through you with complete neutrality, neither helping nor hindering, neither supporting nor opposing. This indifference can be liberating. It means that the universe is not judging you. The cosmos is not evaluating your worth or your importance. You exist within a vast, silent universe that is simply being itself, without attachment to any particular outcome or consequence. There is comfort in this realization. Many people experience anxiety about the immensity of the universe, about their smallness in comparison to the vast cosmos. But if you contemplate the silence of dark matter, if you sit with the knowledge that something so abundant and so fundamental is moving through you without any awareness of your existence, this can paradoxically become comforting. Your smallness does not matter. Your insignificance is not a tragedy. You are part of a vast, silent cosmic process that has been occurring since before you were born and will continue long after you are gone. You can rest in your smallness. You can find peace in your insignificance. The practice of meditation and contemplative silence often involves sitting quietly and observing the mind without judgment. Thoughts arise and pass away. Sensations occur and dissolve. The meditator remains present, aware but not attached to any particular experience. This practice creates an internal silence that is paradoxically full of presence and awareness. In a similar way, you can contemplate the silence of dark matter and experience a profound sense of presence within emptiness. When you sit quietly and become aware of your breath, you are participating in the same cosmic process that the universe has been engaged in since the beginning. You are part of the vast, silent dance of matter and energy. The dark matter flowing through you is part of this dance. Your breath is part of this dance. Your heartbeat is part of this dance. Your thoughts are part of this dance. All of it is occurring within a vast, silent universe that simply is moment after moment, without expectation or attachment. The silence of dark matter teaches us that presence does not require visibility. Something can be profoundly real and profoundly important without being detectable or observable. This is a radical shift in perspective for a culture that has become accustomed to believing that if something cannot be seen or measured, it is not real or not important. Dark matter proves this assumption wrong. Dark matter is invisible, yet it is absolutely real. Dark matter is undetectable through conventional means, yet it is absolutely important. The universe's structure depends on dark matter. Your existence depends on dark matter, because dark matter shaped the galaxy in which your solar system formed. When you experience the silence of dark matter, when you contemplate the presence of something so vast and so invisible, you are touching something profound. You are touching the true nature of the universe. You are experiencing the fundamental silence that underlies all existence. And in this silence, there is no fear, no struggle, no conflict. There is only presence. There is only being. There is only the vast cosmic silence flowing through you, carrying within it all the structure and order of the universe. Beyond the visible veil, the frontier of dark matter research represents one of the most exciting and challenging areas of modern physics. Scientists are not satisfied with simply knowing that dark matter exists. They want to know what it is. They want to understand its fundamental nature. They want to solve the mystery that has puzzled physicists for decades. The research continues at observatories around the world, in underground laboratories, in particle accelerators, and in the minds of theoretical physicists contemplating the nature of reality itself. One of the most promising avenues of dark matter research involves the study of axions. These hypothetical particles are extraordinarily light, far lighter than any known particle. If axions exist, they would need to be produced in vast quantities to account for dark matter's gravitational effects. Physicists have constructed sensitive detectors designed to convert axions into photons of light if axions pass through a strong magnetic field within the detector. Several experiments are currently searching for these conversions, hoping to detect the presence of axions and thus solve the dark matter mystery. Another promising area of research involves the detection of WIMPs, or weakly interacting massive particles. These hypothetical particles would be much heavier than ordinary particles, but would interact with ordinary matter only through gravity and possibly through the weak nuclear force. Underground detectors around the world are listening for the rare collision between a WIMP and an atomic nucleus. The signal would be incredibly faint, but it would be unmistakable if it were detected. The discovery of a WIMP would revolutionize physics and would provide definitive proof of dark matter's fundamental nature. Beyond these direct detection methods, scientists are also exploring alternative theories about dark matter's nature. Some physicists have proposed that dark matter might not be composed of particles at all, but rather might represent modifications to the laws of gravity on large scales. These alternative theories suggest that perhaps Einstein's theory of general relativity needs to be modified or extended to account for observations that are currently attributed to dark matter. This remains a minority view, but it represents an important alternative perspective that scientists continue to explore. The Large Hadron Collider, the world's most powerful particle accelerator located beneath the Franco-Swiss border, is designed partly to search for dark matter particles. By colliding protons at the highest energies achievable, scientists hope to create conditions similar to those in the early universe, conditions under which dark matter particles might be produced. If dark matter particles are created in these collisions, they would leave distinctive signatures in the detector's sensors. The search continues, experiment after experiment, looking for evidence of dark matter production. Cosmological observations continue to provide new insights into dark matter's properties and distribution. Astronomers are mapping the dark matter distribution throughout the universe with increasing precision using gravitational lensing observations. These maps reveal the cosmic web structure in unprecedented detail, showing how dark matter filaments connect galaxy clusters and how dark matter voids separate them. Each new observation refines our understanding of dark matter's role in the universe's large-scale structure. The future of dark matter research is uncertain, but filled with possibility. It is possible that dark matter particles will be directly detected within the next decade, finally revealing the fundamental nature of the universe's dominant form of matter. It is possible that entirely new physics will be discovered, physics that goes beyond the standard model of particle physics. It is possible that our understanding of gravity itself will need to be fundamentally revised. Or it is possible that dark matter will remain mysterious for generations to come, a riddle that challenges humanity's ability to understand reality. What is certain is that the search will continue. The mystery of dark matter is too profound, too fundamental to the understanding of the universe to be abandoned. Scientists will continue to build more sensitive detectors and to conduct more precise observations to develop more sophisticated theories. The hunt for dark matter represents one of humanity's greatest intellectual endeavors, a collective effort to understand the true nature of reality. As you contemplate the dark matter passing through you, you are participating in this grand human quest. You are connected to the scientists in their underground laboratories, listening for the faint signal of a dark matter particle collision. You are connected to the astronomers at their telescopes, mapping the distribution of dark matter throughout the universe. You are connected to the physicists in their offices and their laboratories, developing theories about what dark matter might be and how it might reveal itself. The dark matter within and around you is the same dark matter that physicists are trying to understand. The particles flowing through your body might be WIMPs or axions or particles that have not yet been theorized. They might be fundamental particles or composite structures. They might interact through mechanisms that are completely unknown to current physics. The mystery that scientists are trying to solve is quite literally flowing through you at this very moment. This connection between the personal and the cosmic, between your body and the frontier of physics research, is profound. You are not separate from the great questions that science is trying to answer. You are part of the answer. Your body is part of the cosmic laboratory in which dark matter exists. Your existence is bound up with the same particles that physicists are hunting in their detectors. And as science continues to explore and understand dark matter, Our understanding of you, of your fundamental nature and your place in the universe, will continue to evolve and deepen. Resting in the unknown, we have traveled together through layers of understanding, from the discovery of dark matter's existence to the contemplation of its silent presence flowing through your body. We have explored the mathematics that reveals the invisible, the cosmic structures held together by unseen forces, and the paradox of abundance combined with complete invisibility. Now, as we approach the end of this journey, we arrive at a place of rest, a place where understanding gives way to acceptance, where knowledge transforms into peace. There is a profound wisdom in accepting what cannot be known. In our culture, we are taught that knowledge is power, that understanding is always better than ignorance. That mystery is something to be solved and eliminated. But this perspective misses something important. Mystery is not a problem. Mystery is not a deficiency. Mystery is the fundamental nature of reality. The universe contains depths that will never be fully understood, questions that will never be fully answered, mysteries that will persist forever. Dark matter teaches us this lesson. Despite decades of research, despite the most sophisticated instruments and the most brilliant minds, dark matter remains mysterious. We know it exists. We know it is abundant. We know it shapes the structure of the universe, but we do not know what it is. We do not know its fundamental nature. We do not know how it will reveal itself or when. And this is acceptable. This is, in fact, beautiful. The universe retains its mystery. Reality remains fundamentally surprising and unknowable in its depths. When you rest in the unknown, when you accept that most of the universe will never be fully comprehensible to human minds, there is a deep peace that emerges. There is no need to understand everything. There is no need to solve all mysteries or answer all questions. You can simply be within a vast, mysterious cosmos, not needing to comprehend it fully, not needing to control it or master it, simply participating in it and experiencing it. The dark matter flowing through you right now represents this mystery made tangible. It is something absolutely real, something that profoundly affects your existence, something that you will never fully understand or directly perceive. And this is fine. This is more than fine. This is wonderful. You are permeable to mystery. You are transparent to the unknown. The cosmos flows through you, carrying within it all its secrets and all its mysteries, and you can rest in this flow without needing to solve it or understand it fully. This acceptance of mystery is not resignation or defeat. It is not a giving up on understanding. Scientists will continue to research dark matter. New discoveries will be made. Our understanding will continue to evolve and deepen. But there will always be deeper mysteries beyond the ones we solve. There will always be questions that lead to more questions. And this is the true nature of knowledge. Knowledge is not a destination to be reached, but a journey to be traveled. Understanding is not a state to be achieved, but a process to be experienced. When you lie down to sleep tonight, remember that dark matter is flowing through you. Remember that you are permeable to the cosmic mysteries. Remember that the vast majority of the universe is invisible and unknowable to your senses, yet absolutely real and absolutely present. Let this knowledge bring you peace. Let this understanding calm your mind. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to solve all the riddles. You can simply rest, knowing that you are part of a vast, mysterious cosmos that is fundamentally good and fundamentally safe. The visible universe that you perceive is merely the surface. Beneath this surface lies a vast, invisible reality that shapes everything you see and everything you are. This invisible reality does not require your understanding or your acknowledgement to be real. It simply is, and you are part of it. You are woven into it. You are permeable to it. The dark matter that comprises most of the universe is also part of you in a sense. It flows through your body. It connects you to everything else. It reminds you that boundaries between self and world are not absolute. As this journey comes to an end, I want to thank you for traveling with me into the invisible universe, for spending this time contemplating the mysteries that surround us and permeate us, for opening yourself to wonder and to the profound peace that comes from accepting what cannot be fully known. If this experience has brought you inner peace, if this exploration of dark matter and cosmic mystery has calmed your mind and opened your heart, I would deeply appreciate a like and a subscription to Relaxing Science. Your support helps us continue creating content that brings both wonder and calm into your life. I would also love to know if this content resonates with you. Did this journey into the invisible universe bring you peace? Are there other cosmic mysteries you would like to explore? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us what you experienced during this exploration. Tell us how the contemplation of dark matter flowing through your body made you feel. Your feedback helps us create better content that truly serves you and helps you find moments of calm and wonder in your life. The dark matter will continue to flow through you tonight as you sleep. It will continue to flow through you tomorrow as you wake and move through your day. It will continue to flow through you for as long as you live, connecting you to the cosmic mysteries, reminding you that you are part of something vast and wonderful and fundamentally unknowable. Rest in this knowledge. Find peace in this mystery. Accept that you are permeable to the universe, and let this acceptance bring you deep, profound calm. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the invisible universe. Thank you for opening your mind to wonder. Thank you for being part of this exploration of dark matter and cosmic mystery. I invite you to return to relaxing science whenever you seek to reconnect with this sense of wonder and calm. Whether you are preparing for sleep, seeking a moment of peace during your day, or simply wanting to explore the mysteries of the universe, we will be here to guide you through these contemplations. Until we meet again, rest in the unknown, find peace in the invisible, and remember that you are always part of the vast, mysterious cosmos, flowing through you, connecting you to everything that is. Total.